Lactation cookies. It is a vegan recipe. I got that off of Honeyed Home. If you just Google Lactation, vegan Lactation cookies, it'll pop right up, and it's really good. So I wanted to show you some of the ingredients. It calls for semi-sweet chocolate chips, baking soda, baking powder, vanilla, cinnamon, flaxseed, ground flaxseed for the flax egg, rolled oats, coconut sugar, brown sugar, brewer's yeast, which is really what helps to bring in your breast milk, and then I have coconut oil, almond butter, and it calls for 2 tablespoons of almond butter, but I like to mix the almond butter with the chocolate sunflower butter. It really gives it a good flavor. So and then of course ground cinnamon and some salt. So I will kind of show you as I go making this. I'll kind of show you the process. Okay, so I have already mixed together the flour, the oats, the nutritional yeast, salt, cinnamon, and the baking soda and baking powder. So that's my dry ingredients. And then over here I have kind of, I've mixed together the coconut oil, the brown sugar, and the coconut sugar. The recipe says you can use regular sugar, but I like to use the coconut sugar. So I have already kind of creamed those together since the coconut milk kind of is acting as the butter. And then I'm going to add in the flaxseed egg. Let me grab that. And all this is it's 3 tablespoons of ground flaxseed with a ½ cup of warm water. And you kind of let it sit while you mix the rest of the ingredients. And then this kind of acts as your binder. So you go ahead and pour that in. See how it becomes super thick and kind of gelatinized. So I'm going to mix that together. I'm going to add in my dry ingredients and I'll show you what it looks like all together. Okay, so here is everything mixed up. I added my wet ingredients to the dry ingredients, and it's really kind of like thick and sticky. It's not like a wet, it's kind of a drier dough, I guess is what I'm trying to say. As you can see, it kind of like crumbles a little bit, but the recipe does say that you should put this into the refrigerator for like 30 minutes to let the coconut oil kind of harden up. But I live in a drier climate, so I have actually just put it straight into the oven, and the cookies are fine. They don't really fall apart or anything. I've actually been making this into like a big, I put it on a baking sheet and kind of make it like a cake and then cut it into bars, and I really enjoy that. It's a lot faster for me too because I'm constantly being pulled everywhere all the time. So I'm going to add in a bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips. It calls for a 1.5 cups, and I find that a bag is almost a 1.5 cups. There's a little extra, and who doesn't like a little bit of extra chocolate chips in their cookies? So I'm going to go ahead and pour that in. I'm going to get those all mixed up, and then I will show you how I put them on the baking sheet, and I'll get them in the oven and show you the finished product. Okay, so here's what I do. I kind of like form it into a square. My baking sheets are a little bit bigger than the batter, and I like it to be a little bit thicker, so that's why it doesn't go all the way out to the edges. But I just have 2 baking sheets. I'm going to put them in the oven for about 12 minutes. And they'll be done, and then I let them sit probably for about 5 minutes after I pull them out of the oven, and that kind of gets them to stay together so they don't fall apart. And then I just cut them into bars and save them in a airtight container that I have. Well, this is the finished product. I just like to store them in an airtight container, and that helps to keep them fresh for me. This usually lasts me about a week. I read on some blogs and stuff that you should have like, I don't know, anywhere from 4 to 6 cookies a day. So I try to do 4, and it really, really does help me. I really like this recipe. It's really good. I will link the recipe below. It is by Honeyed Home. And yeah, I'm telling you, after about a week, I definitely see an increase in my milk supply. So I also wanted to tell you that they're really good. My kids really love them, and there's no problem with them taking them whatsoever.